guys. How's it going, peoples? It's your boy Lobo here, bringing you some gameplay for The Park. Now, this is a game I've been trying to get for quite some time, but I never got around to doing it, or buying it for that matter, simply because either I A, forgot, B, didn't have the funds to get the game at the time, and 3, I just don't know what the third one was. Oh yeah, I was debating on whether to get this or Layers of Fear. So, now that I decided, since the flash sale was on and the park was there for like $4, I'm just gonna be like, hey, let me just buy this game. Here we go. And now, we're playing the park. Now, from what I remember, from what I briefly read from the description, you're playing as a mom who's going through a bunch of rides trying to figure out her son, where her son is. It deals with subject matter that may be disturbing to players during the course of the park, may manipulate graphics, audio, control settings, and your sanity. This is perfectly normal and should not cause any alarm for psychiatry. Okay, so this is a narrative-driven horror game. So much like Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, I'm just gonna be going through it. I won't die or anything like that, but we're gonna explore the horror that is this game. We're trying to find out where our son is.
I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum.
Is this set in like the 80s?
Stay in the car and go and ask information.
She's wearing those bell-bottom jeans. You're just gonna leave your kid in the car? Damn, the sensitivity is way too high. I put it way too high. Hang on. For Buster's sake. Good God, the sensitivity is way too high. Alright, so that's alright. Look at my boy, look at my son right there. All nice and whatnot. Sensitivity still feels pretty high. Can I like run or anything like that? I'm just gonna explore this car. Oh, the nice scenery. Oh, where? Hello? Hello? No one? You're just gonna leave your kid out in the park? This is how you know this is like the 80s. You just leave your... 80s or the 90s. You just leave your kid out in the car, man. Atlantic Island Park. Bingo! Bingo is right!
Attention, patrons. The park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience. Employees prepare the park for shutdown.
I'm watching you, kid. For some reason, it just felt... Is this car just like... Oh, I thought the car was like levitating off the ground. I'm like, alright, I found the graphic bug. Well, anyways, yeah, from what I can tell, your son goes missing and you try to explore the park to find out where your son... What happened to your son. And during that, you get invited to a bunch of spooks and spookiness and terror and all that type of stuff. So I can interact with objects in the world.
Callum was born the day this place opened. This is his favorite place in the world.
A tribute to the untamed heart of Solomon Island and the people who use their talents to bring the dream of Nathaniel Winter to life. May this park be a place where joy and laughter are gathered and used to infect all of those who follow after. Dedicated this first day of May 1977, James B. Longley. So, yeah, our son was born around this. Was born. Is the park open? But what?
What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine.
My name is
Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop!
What the hell?
I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
Are you serious? Boy, how dare you run through the park? So I'm going through here. Press.
Callum, I told you to wait in the car.
Over here!
Wait for Mommy, Callum.
Come on, Mommy!
Alright, Nathaniel Winter. Well, don't you look like a... I got nothing clever to say.
There's something special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention employees, the park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
Oh, for a second I saw a black shark. How is it already nighttime? What, did it take like 2 hours to just slowly creep up the steps? You couldn't just walk? Definitely the atmosphere.
Oh God. The park. What happened here? Callum, stay where you are!
Oh, I can...
Catch me!
Callum!
Come back.
Oi, Callum! What do you think? Okay. Oi, Callum!
Come to Mommy, Callum.
Yeah, that's not creepy in the slightest. Carrie Killian is Satan's whore? Well, that's not nice. You can't just be saying those things. That is fucking creepy. That reminds me of the horror ride in back in my carnival back in Connecticut. You know how they always have that like little horror ride?
Callum, where are you?
Come on, this way!
Callum!
Come out, sweetie.
Over here!
Oh, that's the mascot, isn't it?
I think this belongs to Callum.
You think or you know? Hello? Hey, buddy.
Chad the Chipmunk, huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
Yeah, drunk guy in the suit. Chad the Chipmunk, worst in class. Chad can't even seem to pass. Chad gets angry, likes to fight. Chad is beaten every night. Chad will have a dead-end job. Chad will die a useless slob. That is disturbing. Wait, you didn't move, right? Okay, you didn't move.
I wonder what this is.
Hello? Purchase the land on Solomon Island for a pittance. I might add whatever old Archie Henderson did to the locals just the mention of his name had people slamming doors and locking shutters. For a moment I arrive on the island. The lawyers had arranged everything in advance, but the realtor still had to come and deliver the keys to me personally. He took it upon himself to offer me another warning. I don't know what you're planning to do with this land, Mr. Winter, but the soil here is bitter with a curse carried from an old man Henderson. He did terrible things. The land remembers, sir. I dismissed him shortly afterwards, mostly amused by his pathetic attempts at warning me off. I have a great vision of this place. Oh God, that's creepy. Vision of this place, and the will to see that vision through to the very end. Atlantic Island Park. The name is perfect, and I cannot imagine it. This is the start of... Oh, that is disturbing.
Callum? Where'd you go?
Over here.
Where is over here? Your voice is echoing throughout all this headset. I can't die in this game, correct?
Mommy needs to see you, Callum. Callum, stay where you are. Where did you go?
Come on, Mommy.
Come on, Mommy. I heard something. What the hell? Am I supposed to ride the swan? Hello? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's ride the swan and see what horror awaits me.
Where are you?
Alright, so things have settled down at the very least. Wait, why would you want to turn the gamma down? To make it less mysterious or whatever? To make it less creepy? Well, to make it more creepy, actually. Like you just see a pair of eyes just staring at you.
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel.
Oh my god,
They
is this
were
gonna be the
very
Grimtail
poor
version?
and had very little to bite or sup. What will become of us? The woodcutter asked his wife one night. I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there. No, my wife, I cannot do that, said the man. Then we will all 4 starve, you fool. Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. Do not fret, Gretel, Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets.
Yeah. I didn't really hear the story of Hansel and Gretel so much. Wait.
The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, The children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. "Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself," the wife told the woodcutter.
So are these just scary stories?
In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again.
Hello?
Hansel broke his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents
So are these just
and unable
stories?
to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days.
Enjoy the stories.
The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls. "Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house?" An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. "Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you." But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. "Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you." The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat.
You just gotta take
"You
it.
see, nothing to fear here. Come inside,"
That light is
the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed.
Oh,
Once inside the house, the old woman changed.
Alan, where did you go?
She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. "Your brother will make a good mouthful," the old witch told Gretel. "Once he is fattened up, I shall
can't speak.
feast upon him." Time passed, and poor Hansel refused to eat, fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. "Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven." But Gretel pretended not to understand. I do not know how. Where is the opening?" "Fool," the old witch said. "The opening is here." And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked. And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
that was, I think, the darker story of Hansel and Gretel. Good God. I'm not familiar with the older fairy tales. Oh, why are you turning? Wait, is there someone over there? That was not disturbing at all. Wait. Was the swan covered in blood? Get me off the crazy ride. Get me off. Okay, so I think I can do this. I can play the game without really taking on the other rides.
Callum, where did you go? Hansel and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents.
Oh, wow.
I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy, looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws.
Yeah.
Callum, where did you go?
So it's sad, really, like, being like, just two children, being two children just to face the world, or not even children, just being able to face the world by yourself is a terrifying experience. I have yet to realize that someday, but I know I will eventually.
Callum, tell Mommy where you are. Another accident. This place.
Despite the constant interruptions to work, Atlantic Park will be open. Why does that bear have a knife through its eye? Will be opening on time. The governor is booked to cut the ribbon, so that the only real question is whether we have any real customers. I'm not truly worried. The customers will come out of simple curiosity, and I deduced what was needed from what the band writing of Archie Henderson. It's astonishing to think that a resonance of positive emotions can be used to fuel such a process. Henderson himself chose to use negative, and that caused some of the taint that still lingers in this place. I will not make his mistakes. Very soon I will know that this has been all for nothing. Is that Mr. Bear? Why does that bear have a knife through its eye and it's bloody inside the van? Hello? You ain't gonna scare me. I'm a tough mom. I'm a by myself, mama. Hello? Yeah, okay. We're just gonna go ahead and ignore everything.
Callum!
This way, Mommy.
Callum?
That is not creepy at all.
Mommy needs to see you, Callum.
Oh.
Come back, Callum.
The trail? The trail of garbage?
Stop, Callum! This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy. I'm not playing anymore, Callum.
Mother Duck said quack, 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 quack.
The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
We were waiting for our turns on the ride. Frank, me, and the boys. This fellow in a chipmunk suit is making a nice carving while people took photographs. Lawrence wanted to go over to him, but I've always been a bit wary of those suits. They give me the creeps. It's silly, I know. Anyways, the chipmunk man, he was carving and picking away at the ice. And at first we thought he was making some animal, like a tiger or a lion. But more and more ice fall away. When you first look, It was a human face smiling out of the block of ice. But the more you looked at it, the more you saw that there was something not quite right about the proportions. Something unnatural that made your heart begin to beat just a little bit faster. Like you were prey. And that the thing in the ice was a hunter. But then these teenagers walked up and one of them made a face at the carving and said something rude to the guy in the chipmunk suit. And then, well, he went berserk. For a few moments, it was chaos. Everybody was running away from the guy who had one of the teenagers on the ground, and he was stabbing with the ice pick, and blood was spraying, and people were screaming, and Frank and I had the kids, and we were dragging them away as fast as we could. And the last thing I saw before Frank dragged me away was the eyeball of one of those poor kids had landed on the ice sculpture, making the horrible creature look more or less alive. Good.
Don't hide from me, Callum.
God. Callum, you are not going to be playing with me, young man.
Callum, stay where you are.
Polaroid.
Oh, I remember this. Callum, tell Mommy where you are.
Follow the trail. Should I go on it? Yeah, I'm gonna go on it. Let's go on that ride, guys. Let's see what kind of horror awaits me in this place.
Hello?
But what if I don't want to catch you? Ride the Octotron. You know what, let's... Let's slow it down. That's not creepy at all. Who sped it up? Whoa! Wait a minute, who are you? Was that the chipmunk?
Callum, come back here right now!
I'm guessing this is the trail?
Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And they shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought.
I thought working in the park for a summer would be a lot fun, but the end of the season here really drags. There aren't that many tourists around, and so most of the staff spend their days standing around gossiping, and most of that gossip is about Steve. Who's... Shit. Mother duck. Steven, see? Even I am starting to call him Chad, and I went to school with the guy. It's that goddamn suit. In the beginning, it was a laugh. Steve the local lush as Chad the chipmunk, child-friendly mascot of Atlantic Island Park. Lock up your daughters and all of that, but the more he wears the suit, the weirder Steve is getting. At first, it was little things, like refusing to change out of the suit at work and taking it home with him every day. But then I saw him at Susie's diner still wearing it. And it wasn't even a work day. Some of the staff complained discreetly to park management about the smell, and I saw him walking and talking with Mr. Winter, the owner, one day. But nothing seems to have changed. The suit still smells like a carcass whenever Steve walks by. And apparently, Steve had picked up some new skills since the last time I saw him putting up the gutter outside the Silicone station. Because he was sure as hell can carve a mean ice sculpture. Those shapes he makes in the ice, though, they give me the creeps. Steve came by the booth today, nicking me, and he just hung around for a while. I couldn't really tell because of the suit, but it seemed like he was just staring at me, sizing me up, eye-fucking me, whatever he was doing. I asked him what he wanted, and he just stood there, not saying anything. Eventually, I called my supervisor, and when he came by, Chad wandered off. The supervisor told me to put everything in writing, so here it is. Also, I quit. I don't want to see that chipmunk suit ever again. Oh, Jesus!
Come out, sweetie!
Okay, I knew this game was mostly going to be filled with jump scares. And I knew that was coming, but like for a second, I let my guard down. And that was not a good thing. God, this game... It's interesting to take something as narrative-driven as something like that and turn it into... Why does these look like giants?
Constant crashes and 80s music. Guess it floats someone's boat. Stop! Callum!
This way, Mommy.
Callum! Stop messing around. Why would you examine the device? What the hell?
Stop! Stop, doctor! Stop it, please! Come to Mommy, Callum.
These bumper cars are gonna move, aren't they?
Callum! Where did you go? Hello?
Accident report. Okay, this is very interesting. This is an interesting way to play this game. Francis Dufrano. Laborers working on the crane. Lawrence Creed, Michael Edgeworth. Brief description of the accident. During the transport of the bumper cars into the arena, one of the straps attached to the load of the truck came untied, causing a cascade of bumper cars onto Francis, who was standing directly the driver. Francis was crushed by the weight of the cars. Describe any injuries caused. Francis was killed. If yes, yes. Dexter, the truck driver, claims to have seen someone on the back of the load undoing the straps. Nobody else reported seeing that. The sheriff had requested that Dexter provide them with urine sample. Double checking the straps after the transit should be mandatory, and drug screenings for all drivers. So this possibly has something to do with there's a poltergeist going around in this town. Poltergeist. Maybe not a poltergeist, but like a haunting, almost. The local laborers are very superstitious, and this has helped. Photocopy? Some of them are refusing to return to work until we have someone from the local church walk in the park and exercise that experience.
Mommy is coming, Callum.
Don't make me go near that. Oh no. Don't make me go near the... Why are you gonna make me go near the bumper car? That made me scared. I felt like I was standing right there.
Mommy is coming, Callum.
Is she going insane? Clearly, there's some sort of haunting going around in the Island Park. Because if not, there wouldn't be the thing of...
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand.
Yep.
Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, yes, Sheriff.
Shivers. So, clearly something's going on with this woman. She must have lost her husband or been through a terrible relationship to the point where it caused birth of Callum. Father left them, and the boyfriend left her with the kid and all that type of generic stuff. So, continually delayed by the incompetence of the bulk builders. The only problem is that the locals, and so that they believe that a lot of the runners, rumors about what Old Man Henderson used to do here, they grew up on those tales. Every time a boat comes loose on, or a wrench goes missing, the fools are crossing themselves against the black magic. Of course, that is why I chose this site all over the other potentials, Solomon Island is a nexus for dark energies, and that the thought of all that power just dissipating beneath the earth here, it makes my skin crawl. I called in a few favors back in Brooklyn and got someone at the local academy to see if they had any interesting books about local history. Turns out they do. And turns out that old man Henderson has some pretty strong connections to the Brooklyn crowd. Perhaps something he wrote will help me find a piece of the plans that I'm missing. I should not be.
Where are you? Callum!
Okay, alright. I'm coming, kid. I'm coming, baby. My child! He calls me. Why do I gotta go all the way over here? Oh, good. This place is broken.
Stay where you are!
Why do
I can't get on while it's moving.
Well, duh. It's just like before. Just decrease the speed. Why would you want to get on? Something bad's gonna happen, obviously. So clearly, whatever the hell Nathaniel Winter was thinking was not probably the smartest of decisions he made. Clearly.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off.
Smack
After that,
kid.
he mostly just
What are you
drank.
doing running out here?
Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed. But I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Dawn and I moved in together, but then, well, he died.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Don was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over.
Damn. So she lost. Who the hell is that? Who is that? Was that old man Henderson? Well, yeah, that's a bad word. Don't be saying those words, kids.
Don't be afraid. Where are you, Callum?
I'm coming, Callum. Wow, so her boyfriend or whatever, I don't think they were married at the time, but...
Callum! Tell Mommy where you are!
Why is... Yeah, that's totally normal.
This isn't a game, Callum!
watching me. Can I actually die in this narrative-driven story? Like, I don't know how many times I've asked that already, but...
Callum!
Mommy, he's watching you.
Where are you? Callum! A lot of people idolize their children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit. My angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping up piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane. Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything. It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him.
Jesus Christ, woman!
Callum, where did you go?
Don't do it, Mommy.
Don't do what?
Callum? Callum!
He's watching you.
Oh, that is... I do not like that one bit. Chad the chipmunk is watching me?
Callum, where did you go?
He's coming, Mommy.
Oh.
Stay where you are!
I've been afraid of roller coasters in the past, and this is no exception. This is no exception. Every part of me wants to go. Why am I doing this?
I always wanted to ride this one. Never got around to do it before. Where are you? Callum! Where are you, Callum?
It is super dark.
Callum? Callum!
It is super dark. I can't see anything. I could just turn up the gamma, but where would the fun be in that? Alright. Jump scares galore happening right now. What you got for me? I'm ready. Give me everything you
What
got.
do you want?
We need to talk about Callum.
What do you mean? What have you done to him?
That's insulting. You and your boy are everything that this place doesn't want. The antithesis of what we stand for.
Where is Callum?
Poor child. He tried so hard to do what he was taught. He even left you a trail of breadcrumbs. But the park is just so hungry.
Tell me where my son is.
Oh,
Which has it now? Has both of you. No happy ending here, I'm afraid.
Just leave me alone.
Fool. You always were.
that must be old man Henderson that was giving me the rides. Oh, get me the fuck out. I can't find a way to leave. Freaking the light is blinding me.
Callum? Callum!
It worked. The calculations and adjustment worked. The transport and storage mechanisms seemed to be flawless. What a wonderful day. If only these people knew what they were fueling. And so what if a few people leave the park at the end of the day feeling down? So what if the children are more scared than excited on the roller coaster? This could be a doorway of immortality, and such doorways open to us. Okay, I want to leave. I played a few Happy Wheels games beforehand. I will agree with you on that.
This isn't a game, Callum!
Oh, we get a flashlight. Oh, goody. What horrors await me with
The
a
witch
flashlight?
awaits.
You want me to go inside? Okay, good. You don't want me to go inside. We're gonna go inside a haunted house, aren't we? We're gonna go inside a haunted house where it's just gonna be jump scares galore.
Callum has bruises on his arms, finger marks. Someone has been hurting him. I've asked him, demanded really, to know where he got the marks. But he doesn't want to answer me. Something has scared him into silence. He doesn't dare talk. He's been changing too. Something sinister lurks in the darkness behind his eyes. I catch him staring at me at odd moments. In the night, he tosses and turns and cries out words that I cannot understand. When I try to soothe him, he snaps and bites at my fingers. I think he wants to talk to me. I think he wants to tell me. But they are watching him every minute of every day. They are whispering to him in his sleep, changing him. They are taking my baby away from me. I can save him. There will be pain. But I love him, and in the end, he will understand why.
What are you talking about? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Hang on here. Alright, so I think this is just a thought. All that thing that was happening on the ride might have actually happened. Not like that, but she must have actually, after all the trouble that she's been going through, after all the hell that she's been going. Yeah. Oh, we're going into an alley. Oh, goody. This spells like good news. I think she might have killed her son.
Come back!
Follow the breadcrumbs.
Those are not breadcrumbs, those are
The whole
newspapers.
town was shocked by that one. Never found out who did it.
Cotton candy corpse leaves sour taste in park goers' mouths. Yesterday evening, visitors at Atlantic Island Park were shocked and horrified by the discovery of the dismembered corpses behind the cotton candy stand. According to the local authorities, the corpse has yet to be identified yet. They have confirmed that it was the remains that appear to be those of a child. The remains, was discovered by a group of teenagers at Lawsmouth Academy. What? Cool. Looking forward to it. The corpse was soon discovered by a group of teenagers in Lawsmouth Academy who noticed a pair of ravens tugging at something just out of sight behind the shack. Nathaniel Winter, the owner of Atlantic Island Park, has released the following statement. It is a true tragedy when something like this occurs, especially in a place that was designed to bring forth happiness and joy. The staff of Atlantic Island Park offers their condolences to the family and friends of the victim, and will cooperate. I don't know why it took me forever to say that. Cooperate fully with the authorities to bring happiness to the case. Solomon Island.
Callum, where are you?
Mommy, I'm scared.
You're scared. You're not the only one. I kind of regret playing this game now. Oh, shivers down my spine.
I'm not playing anymore, Callum. I can help you, Callum.
Get me out, get me out, get me out, get me out.
I'm not playing anymore, Callum.
Why does it feel like a survival game all over again? I am not going over there. Nope. That's the cotton candy. Yep. Nope. I regret playing this game. I can't even see anything. Nope. Nope. Nope.
This isn't a game, Callum.
Nope. 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 I saw a clown. I have a love-hate relationship with clowns, alright? There are some clowns I'll be cool with, but in a setting such as this, I will not do so. Oh. Alright, fine. Let's... Show me what you got. Show me what you got.
Poor bastard. Who did this to him? Callum? Callum!
I don't know what I missed, but I don't
The
care.
witch put me in the oven.
I can't find you, kid.
Callum, where are you? These are mine.
Look. Oh! Oh, why? 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 Nope. Okay. Yup. I'm glad I picked this. I'm glad I picked the title. Because right now I'm going into a roller coaster of hell right now. Don't believe anything they tell you. Destroy reality. Fear the boogeyman. Stop picking your nose then. No, 1980s. I knew this was set in the 1980s, but your mother, she's not safe. You think? Wait, what? What does that say? Is your wait, what? Father not? Wait, what? But his daughter is hot. Oh, this is what you meant, buddy. Hi. Oh, you're really gonna make me do this, huh? Whoa. You really want me to do this? I'm on the trip. I'm not going near that freaking chipmunk. Ow. Ah. Freaking. Alright, man. Take care. Ow. Fuck. Ah, I feel like a burn in my neck. Hi. A pyramid of chipmunks. Are those eyeballs? Dude, I am on the most trippiest of things right now.
Don't touch me.
Don't leave me here, Callum.
Okay. Yo! I don't want to read the newspaper to those things. That's the same newspaper, right? Future times. Belly button is a signature of your personal creator. I believe her name was Mama. Every 17th child... Good God, if you have 17 children, you are packing today, boy. And she is putting out... fuck. I feel like something scratched me. Every 17th child is a magnet for sinfulness and made omniscient by broken fire in the coaster strain. We don't believe... Shut up, clowns! Ugh. We don't believe that the earth belongs to a better goat and shamrock afterbirth. Only the truly naked reign of righteous indignation are severed by war-crossed cleavages and trust exercise arthemia. Somont will come to the island bearing the talisman, and he will shatter the... whatever that says. The seals that bind the orthodoxy of corruption. Only then will priests shoot, sluts reveal, housewives pontificate, and delayed messiahs make skells for the rescue of Tango and Cash. Really? The temptress who grips the shaft, twists the shaft, ascending the third age tire into the fourth age darkness, while God is writhing on shattered face of the earth. Yo, I heard you the first time, man. What's up? Gods lie writhing in the shattered face of the earth. Gale has sweetness and grace, but her days are numbered and heavy. Flattened hives brask before frozen wills, and calligraphic actresses and pencils and paper pornography. Jesus, these are very colorful, dude. The all-seeing eye will provide. Okay. I'm in. I have the good shit now.
Forgive me, Callum. Callum, I'm sorry.
Take me!
Okay, no.
What the hell? Yeah, love-hate relationship with clowns, man. I think I missed a lot in that area. I'm sorry if I did. But I just did not want to go through any more trippy shit right now. Right there.
Where did you go? The park is a collage of contradictions all of its own. Millions of people die every year in car crashes, and the park has little cars designed specifically to simulate that action. Hear the children scream with joy. In the sideshow alley, you can walk away with 15 cents worth of mass-produced Chinese teddy bears, while a grinning carny pockets your hard-earned $5. What secrets lie beneath the sullen waters of the lake? The tears of jilted lovers, the soiled condoms of illicit affairs, the clotted blood of the lonely suicide. And the face of the witch looms over it all. I've always despised her toothy grin and warty nose. I hate that sparkle in her weathered, watchful eyes. I think Callum is waiting for me. Inside.
Jesus. Alright, I think that's a good note to end, guys. Whew. Like, I expected it to be scary because we're in, like, some sort of fair, but... God, that more is to come tomorrow night. I guarantee you that. So, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. I will update the titles for Claire eventually, and put in thumbnails and stuff to propaganda, I guess, to show off my awesomeness in that game. By awesomeness, I mean failure. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Press that like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button to tune into more channels, along with the videos that I turn out every so often, 2 to 3 days. I make videos every 2 to 3 other days, so just be on the lookout for that. And until that next part, guys, this is Lobo King, and I'll be seeing you guys. Good night.